I was introduced to Meher Baba in the 1970s while I was away at boarding school. People always ask me, how did you come to Baba? But in truth, it's through Baba's grace that I'm even here. I was attending a boarding school in New England, Western Massachusetts, and there was a social worker there who had this picture of Baba on her wall. And it wasn't a flattering picture. It was Baba after the accident where he had a big schnauzer, he had a broken nose. But I was intrigued by him. And I asked her, who's that? She said, that's Meher Baba. I said, oh, Baba, the elephant, the children's book? She said, yeah, right, he writes children's books. That's someone who's very near and dear to me, she said. And I said, well, if you have any books, let me know. I'd love to read more about him. And I was very impressed by her integrity. She was very feisty and straightforward, and I really thought she was a very honorable person. And there have been a lot of people in my life who were not, so I followed her sort of to the edge of the rainbow, and then I went the rest of the way and fell in love with Baba. And to this day, which it's now, I would say, almost 50 years later, we did the math, I think, yesterday, I'm still very much in love and still learning all the time. Like, I'll always take about 15 steps back before I even get to take 2 forward. And I think that part of the process is that it's Baba who measures our progress. It's not really us. I mean, the standards that we use to measure our progress are not the same as the standards Baba uses. So I'm very happy to be here in this journey with people like you who are recording this for posterity. And Baba, who is just wonderful and amazing and just nothing like the God that we learned about when we were in school. You know, he's sweet, he's funny, he's tender, and he just is really all we have when we end up counting all our blessings. He's in the last, always the first and the last in that basket. So thank you for allowing me to do this. It's an honor. No, the relationship that I have with Baba is, I feel really bad for him because I don't ever stop talking to him constantly. If I'm in the store, Baba, what should I do? What, you know, like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to get the low-fat milk or the whole milk? Or Baba, what kind of bread do you want me to get? I pretty much have it down where I know what I'm going to buy. But, oh, Baba, mostly it's Baba, where did I put my carriage? Because I'll go to the store, something will distract me. I'll turn around and I'll have somebody else's carriage. It's like, Baba, where's my carriage? Things like that. And I just feel sometimes so badly that for him. And it never ends. Like, sometimes people will say, are you talking to yourself? You know, I'm talking to Baba. Oh, okay. And it's just, I don't know, I just feel so sad for him sometimes that he has to listen to me all day long. Should I go left here, Baba, or should I go right? Oh, God. Certain things I have down, like I know to stop at a red light. And I know green means go. And I think in a lot of ways I live sort of in this fantasy wherever I'm driving, I think he's in the back seat, and based on whether he's sleeping or looking out the window, I know if I'm doing a good job. That's it. Do you really want to know? That poor man. Oh, God. And I'm not always joyful and happy. Like, I'll wake up some mornings and I'll think, oh, no, what am I here for? And I always try to remember what Elizabeth said, the day becomes the answer, which was the title of a book that Charles Haynes wrote in her honor. And if you wait long enough, Baba will tell you, how you can make him happy that day. The day becomes the answer. I try to live by that, but it isn't always easy. We don't wake up happy or cheerful every day. But I think that's part of the process, is to find out how to get to that point. Just to fake it if you have to. Stay happy. Yeah. Practice. I feel like I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I have a prayer that I say every day. When I was a little girl, I used to, went to Hebrew school, so I would say a prayer that I will love the Lord my God with all my heart and all my soul and all my might and all my mind. And I would lay in bed and say that prayer until I couldn't open my hands. And it's only now, looking back, that I realized that Baba was alive during that time. He was still here on the planet, and I often hope that he heard me. I'm almost convinced that he heard me. And I still say that prayer to this day, only my hands aren't as nimble as they used to be. That is part of my daily prayer to Baba. The main prayer being, please help me to love you more and more with all my heart and all my soul and all my might and all my mind. And I think it was Anne Lamott who said there are 3 kinds of prayers: help, thanks, and wow. And Baba is all 3. He's open to all 3 and then more. So having that constant communication with him, it's different for everyone, but I feel really blessed. Yeah, I like to have him as my best friend. Yeah. And I tried not to just nag him when I need something or when I've lost something. I try to stay with him constantly, even when things are going well. I try to keep him near my heart. Yeah. Baba has our back, and that's the constant thing that I'm learning, that not to worry. And it's a daily process of remembering that there'll be something that he wants us to know, and he'll keep at it until we get it. It's not easy, whatever that lesson is. I'm so happy that I get to come to the center. It's an absolute treasure, and it's really saved my life, I have to say, on a lot of levels. Loving Baba has saved my life. And not everyone in my life feels an affinity for Baba, even people I'm closest to. And that's okay, because I don't have to share him. It means more to me. I would tend to not want to even tell people about Baba. And if they want to ask me, that's fine. And I'm always very careful. Every once in a while, I might present someone with a picture of him, and and then I've come to the realization that that's not really fair. People don't need me to do that. Baba doesn't need me to do that. But I still do it on occasion, but very rarely. It's not something that everyone is ready for. Your job is to remember me, and my job is everything else. Wow. Once we get that, it's like that quote, once you realize that nothing happens without my will, Baba said, then you say goodbye to worry forever. Even this, Baba? Even that? Even this? Even that? And apparently it is so. But how to get to that point? Please tell me. It's like rowing up a mountain sometimes in a rowboat.